there are some decisions in life that are really big deals. Big. Buying a house is up there in what many people would consider to be a top-tier major life decision. And making decisions is not everyone's forte. What if you're the kind of person who wiffle waffles and struggles with making decisions? Is even choosing something on the menu at a restaurant hard? Oh boy, that's a problem in the arena of real estate because a lot of time is of the essence. But fear not, I've got you covered. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to make a decision about buying a house and how to choose the right house so that you're not going to lay awake at night second guessing yourself and your life choices. Hi there, my name's Emily Farber and I'm a realtor here in the greater Iowa City area. I create YouTube videos all about real estate and the Iowa City area to help people like you make smart decisions when it comes to buying, selling, or relocating here in the Iowa City metro. I have a whole bunch of handy and free downloadable guides like my home buyer's guide, my home seller's guide, and my Iowa City area relocation guide. You can find links for all of those down in the description box of this video. If you're watching on your phone, just tap the title of this video and that description box will open up. You'll also find all of my contact information down there, so if you would like to talk with me about your specific plans, just reach out. I would love to hear from you. Question time. What do you think is the average number of houses that a person looks at before they find the right one? According to a 2018 study by the National Association of Realtors, the average buyer will tour 10 houses over about 10 weeks before they find the one. Personally, I think that number sounds really high. I would say my clients average about 5 houses before they find a winner, but I think a lot of that has to do with conversations we have to clarify what it is that they need and want, juxtaposed with the reality of our local market and their budget. Not every client finds what they're looking for in 5 tours, 10 tours, or more. And that's okay. I've had clients where we have looked for months. One couple I worked with looked for like a year. I stopped counting when we were at 40 houses. Patience is a virtue, my friends, and I can be very patient. So what's an indecisive person to do when they need to make up their mind? Number 1, first off, you must be clear on your budget. How much can you afford? One rule of thumb is that 25 to 35% of your gross, which means your pre-tax monthly income, can go towards housing, which needs to include your mortgage, your property taxes, home insurance, and utilities. Another guideline is called the 28-36 rule. Some financial experts say that in order for your home to fall within your budget, your housing expenses should not exceed 28% of your gross monthly income, and your total debt, including other things like credit cards, student loans, car payments, should not exceed 36% of that gross monthly income. This is called your DTI, or your debt to income ratio. A lot of people really jack up their DTI with vehicle payments. You may need to face the question of, do I want to buy a house or do I want to drive this big truck? Obviously, unless you're a cash buyer, you will need to have this conversation with your lender in order to get the pre-approval letter, which is required in order to make an offer that a seller will seriously consider. But I want you to go a step further when thinking about your budget rather than just going to the top of whatever the lender told you. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you would like to have some money left over for other things in life. Maybe you want to go on a vacation once in a while, or you like to go out to eat with your honey. Maybe you need to support your Starbucks habit. You want to have enough financial cushion in the budget so that you can handle the little unexpected expenses that life throws at all of us. You do not want to make yourself house poor. Number 2, next, you need to get crystal clear on what your needs and wants are. Define them, write them down, talk them out. Needs are non-negotiable items, and wants are things you might be willing to wiggle a little bit on. If you're buying with another person, you really need to sit down and work on your list together before you are deep into the house hunt, so that you don't put your realtor in the position of acting as a couples counselor. 3, identify your target neighborhoods. Location is one of the only things you cannot change about a property, so figure out where you want to live. Get to know the area. Drive it and walk it at various times of day and night. Get a feel for the vibe. Wander around and just find some people in the neighborhood to talk to. You would be amazed at how open people will be when you approach them in a friendly way and say something like, "Hey, I'm thinking about moving into this neighborhood and I'm just wondering what your experience here has been like." Then watch those prices in your target neighborhood so that you have a realistic picture of what reality is for property values. You should be watching that neighborhood just as much as you watch Facebook and Instagram. 4, check your emotions at the door. A lot of people don't realize how emotional real estate is for people, but it is. And when you mix in a lot of money, stress, and highly charged emotional activity, it can become a powder keg that makes it hard for you to think logically. The dream house is a myth. Don't fall prey to thinking that there is only one house out there that will ever be your true house love. The great thing about real estate is there is always more. If you miss out on one, there will be another. 5, which brings me to my favorite rule of thumb, which I call the 80% rule. When you've found a house that meets 80% of what you want, 10% of what you can change, and 10% of what you can live with, you have found a really great house. There is no such thing as a perfect house. If you've done your homework and you are clear on your budget, you know your needs and wants and your target neighborhoods, this is the house you should be writing an offer on. Do you agree with these 5 tips on how to choose a property? I would love to know your stories about when you knew that the house was the right one, even if you didn't end up winning the offer. Tell me about it in the comments section down below. Hey, if you're here watching this video, chances are likely that you're thinking about buying a house. You should subscribe to my channel because I'll give you real life real estate advice on the weekly. Hit that red subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll get notified every time I put out a new video, which is every Friday. Hey, it's been fun, and I'll catch you later.